Hello everyone, my name is Nitin Padal. In this video, we're diving into a hands-on API testing project by simulating an online food delivery platform, just like Swiggy. We'll focus on restaurant listing, food item, order management, delivery tracking, and customer support. And we will use sort UI for manually configuring the REST endpoint and send test requests, apply validation and assertions. Our API will consist of five endpoints: restaurant, menu, orders, user, and delivery. The first one, restaurant endpoint, will be consist of all information about the restaurants like name, location, rating, is open or not, the type. And the second one, the menu endpoint, will be consist of the all details about the menu like restaurant ID, dish name, price is available or not, the category, for example, veg, non-veg, and vegan. The third one, the order. This endpoint will be consist of the order details like user ID, restaurant ID, items, total amount, the order status, ordered on. The fourth one is user. This will consist of all information about the users like the name, email, phone number, delivery address, register on. And the last one is delivery. It will be consisting of all the detail about delivery address, informations like estimated delivery time, status update time, agent name, order ID, and the ID. And then we will use software for adding assistance and validate the request. We will be adding 10 assertions like first one is HTTP status code, field existent assertions, like we will be ensuring the field like restaurant's ID and total amount of present in the restaurant or not. And then we will add the assertions for the response time, like it should be response within the 2 seconds and check the restaurant status and total amount validation, like the total amount equal to sum of selected items or not. And we'll add assertion for category match assertions, then phone number format like the user phone number matches 10 digit numeric patterns and order flow logic and the delivery agent assignment, like it will be confirmed that each order has a valid delivery agent name, and then we'll add assertions for that format assertions, like it will be a proper ISO or this year, month, and day format or not. Let's look into our API. Here we will be using the JSON for the API, and this is the endpoint for the restaurant, and we are having this much data for the restaurant endpoint. And if we look into the menu endpoint, which consists of this data, the dish name, available category, and the order endpoint, like total amount of order status, ordered on this time, and the username. User, this endpoint is consist of the like name, nickname, and the email, like and then the gmail.com and the phone numbers, like, and the delivery. The endpoint is consist like estimated delivery time, the status update time. Now let's deploy this API. I've saved this API as an Swiggy API JSON, so let's deploy it. We'll be using NPX JSON server for that. Let's deploy it. As you can see, it is deployed successfully. You can cross verify it by clicking on one link. Say it is giving the response. The menu has two objects, ID1 and ID2. Let's dive into the rest at SOAPUI. SOAPUI is a free and open source tool for API testing. You can test both SOAP test and the RESTful API. It is basically initially it is built for testing the SOAP test API, but it supports RESTful services as well. In this project, we will look into the RESTful API testing. So you can create the REST project by clicking on the REST icon given in the menu bar, or you can go to the file, new REST project. It will ask for the URI. Let's give the URI for the REST to it. Click on OK. It will create a project. Like in my case, it is created a REST project too with this method REST event one. So I'm renaming this method as get method. So it will be easy to validate. You can verify it by clicking on run. As you can see, it is able to retrieve all the data from the API. Let's add another method for post request. Post is used for creating a new data. So it will be okay. It will ask for a JSON body. You can give the ideas manually, or you can, if you remove it, then it's generated by the system. So I'm removing it and keeping the name like ABCD and keeping all the things as same. If I click on submit, then you can see that it is successfully created a new data with an ID this one. Let's add another request for put the data. The put method it stands for updating the existing data. It will take an ID. You can directly manually give the ID as like in this word like this, or you can add parents. Now parents, what is parent? Parents is like the variables. You can store the variables and the values. Let's update this ID. And change this style into the template. Okay, I have not added backslash there. So it is reflected in post data. It should be input. Can give the ideas like this. As you can see, it is updated the value as ABCD here. The rest will not. Let's add the another method for deleting the data. Let's name it as delete method. So we will delete. Click on OK. Let's keep the value with us the same ID that we have updated with. and let's add the test cases to validate it. For that, I'm first creating a test suite with a default name with test suite one, adding the test cases for every request. By this, you can add the test case for every request. So how you can add assertions by clicking on the assertions uh, tab. So let's click on this, then add assertion to this item. We are validating this HTTP status code. So let's add the valid HTTP status code. For get method, it should return 200. With this and click on submit. As you can see, it is passed successfully, and the assertions is green color. Let's give the HTTP status at 400. Now see what happened. Now you can see that it is not get validated and it's shown in the red color. Let's change it to 200. Now add assertions for the post request. For post request, it should return 201 for successfully created the data. Once again, in this because the post request okay it successfully uh, get posted. So let's add the assertions into it with template the value 1,001 apply. As you can see, the assertions will get validated. Let's add the assertion for put request. I'm giving the ID, let's say this one. It should take the value directly. Why it is not taking this run? As you can see, it is very, very successfully. And let, let's add an assertion for delete method. It should return 200. And now let's add one more assertion for the get to validate the contents. Let's check for contents. This by this you can see that contents is validated. We have checked the status for like the content, the name is present or not. Let's check for the field existence, add an assertion. Just one part existing match. As you can see, it is present in this the name. By this, we can add the assertions for all the test cases, and you can run this test shift sequence wise or parallelly. Let's select the parallel and run it. As you can see, it is validated successfully and finished. And you can add another REST service from your new REST service from the URI, like for the menu. You can add a new REST service with the URI. You can validate it by using submit the code. Let's add new REST service for the URI. Provider. User. And let's add for the delivery. By this, you can add new REST service for each endpoint and add the test cases and apply assertions and validate the response. I have done this in the previous project, so I'm not going to add all the test suite and test cases for the adding the assertions. Like you can see, I have added the category match assertion. By clicking on this, you can see that it is validated successfully. And if you can see for delivery test case request, that get format assertions and the script assertions. If I click on the submit button, then it is get executed and validated successfully. By this, we have covered our process of building and deploying our REST API using JSON, and we validated our SOAPUI, validated um, our REST API using SOAPUI, and we have applied the assertions, 10 assertions into it, the given list of assertions. like total amount validations, category match assertions, phone number, format assertions, and get format assertions. Thank you for watching this video.